Hello, everybody. So today, we're doing a VOD review of your match against. I don't remember who the other team actually was. We're going to do a VOD review of that match. I'm SCG MPG. That's my gamer tag. I am an aspiring esports coach, specifically Overwatch. I have years of coaching experience, not in esports, but in competitive speech and debate. So sorry if this is really scuffed. It's going to be scuffed, this one for sure. I'm working on getting a better headset and setup for my mic, which is why it's going to be scuffed, because my mic is so close to my mouth, as you can see, that it's going to be pretty muffled. So I'm going to try to speak as clearly and concisely as possible to kind of counteract the scuffedness of my mic. Once again, this is SCG MPG, and we're going to get into this VOD review. You did not ask for this. I don't know if anyone's even going to watch it. I'm going to send it to your head coach. I might send it to some of the players if I get their emails. So if you get this, watch it. If not, whatever. I watched this match when it was live, and I was going to do a VOD review of the match that happened 2 weeks ago, but then this one came on before I got the chance to do that VOD review, so that's why I'm just doing this one. If you'd like, I will do one of the other match. Just hit me up when I email you, and let me know. So we're going to get into this VOD review. I'm going to go into as much detail as I can about what's going on. I remember watching it live and noticing the camera work is tough, so I'm not going to be able to say everything I want to say, but we're going to talk about meta, we're going to talk about compositions, we're going to talk about counters, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, so hopefully this isn't going to be too long. The game looks like it was 24 minutes. This VOD review will probably be, I don't even know, maybe an hour, maybe less, maybe like 40 minutes, I don't know. We will see. I'm gonna probably go into Overwatch a few times and show you a few spots on the map to specifically go to. Maybe. King's Row, I know for sure there are a few spots I saw in the live video that I want to talk about. Busan, I'm not sure if I'm going to, just because I don't go into Overwatch as much as I would like on my computer. I do it mostly on my Xbox. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into Busan, but I will for sure go into King's Row. There are a few spots I do want to show you with different characters and what that will look like and where you should be positioning, because I saw a lot of errors in positioning, but I saw some good things too. So we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff. I will also recommend you different coaches to go watch during this VOD review. So without further ado, I have my camera up. I have my Epic Pen up. Yeah, I have my Epic Pen up. Oh. I need to undo this stuff. Okay. Epic Pen is ready to go. I have my coffee, my fancy coffee cup. That is things that I say from some of my speech and debate students. And without further ado, let's get this VOD review going. I hope you can hear the audio. If not, I'll try to fix it. I'm going to fast forward a lot of this because it's kind of useless information. And, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this right now. Compositions. What you're running versus what they're running, which, let me go into OBS, actually, and make sure we can see. Which, yeah, I didn't think so. Let me bring myself to this corner, because it's not, so you can actually see what the opponents are running. Cool. I had a feeling it was going to be like that. Anyway, so let's talk about this, right? So let's go to what you're running first. You have double barrier with the Sigma and Orisa. Good, right? That's meta. So the point of the double barrier is that you want to use your Sigma barrier first to begin your engagement, and then once your engagement starts, you want to use your Orisa barrier as your main shield. So that way you don't, because it's on a cooldown, right? It's on if only I could draw. It's on a 9-second cooldown, Orisa barrier, right? So you don't want to just deploy it at the beginning of the fight, because then you won't have it for mid and late fight. Or you'll only have it for like late fight, and it'll get broken really quickly. because Sigma's barrier is significantly higher, right, at 1500 versus the 900 that Orisa's barrier is at. Plus it's on a cooldown, so we want to use Sigma's barrier first to engage, and then use the Orisa barrier. So tanks, cool. We can see they're mirroring. We can see our opponents, I'll do it in blue. Our opponents are mirroring, so that's good. What Sigma wants to do on all maps, especially when you have when Sigma can act as an off tank, is act really as an off tank. What I mean by that is Sigma wants to flank and take off angles, and we'll talk about what those look like. Because I remember no one actually on both sides took off angles. So back to you. So now you have the Mei, which is good. And you have the Mei because you're probably assuming they're going to run like a Reaper or a, what's his face, or a Doomfist, which you say they are, right? We assume they're going to run the typical meta composition, right? Which is what they're running. The Lucio, Moira, Doom, Reaper, Sigma, Orisa. So Mei is good here, right? Mei is a good counter to that. Mei struggles against it also because it takes time for her to freeze. It takes time for her to build her ult. Not that much time if you play her properly, but also she's weak against double shields to an extent because she has to get really close. And in order to do that, you need to have a Lucio. You have to have the speed if you're going to have the Mei. So then, if you have like a Reinhardt as your main tank, you have to have speed because Reinhardt is so slow. Mei also needs to get up in people's face in order to freeze them, right? In order for her to be impactful against double barrier, Mei needs to be close so she can freeze through the barriers. So you need a Lucio, which you don't have. You have Mercy, Moira, and this is a tough composition to have. So, okay, so Mercy works only for one reason. The reason Mercy works is because you have a Hanzo. So Mercy and Hanzo need to stay together. Hanzo and Mercy need to stay together. Mercy needs to literally just pocket Hanzo and damage boost and pocket heal. That's it. That's Mercy's job. Needs to go pocket Hanzo. Moira, because you have two main heals. So Moira gives you the AoE healing for the rest of your lineup, which is fine. Moira can do that. Even like Lucio could probably do that because if you have Mei, right, she has her heal, her ice heal. Orisa has Fortify, which she takes half the amount of reduced damage, and then Sigma has his Graviton Suck, right, which is basically a defense matrix, and he gains shield from that. So he has, and his barrier is so mobile he can just escape from almost anything if played properly. So you would actually Moira's the better option to have, like, definitely with like what you have, because just to make sure that you have the sustain. But if you're gonna have a Mercy, you need to have someone for the Mercy to hang on to. A Hanzo, a Widow, even Mei if you want to really run a flank Mei, but I wouldn't even do that. Hanzo or Widow or Pharah, right? Hanzo, Widow, Pharah. Those are the three ones that Mercy would want to stay with in this meta specifically. Even then, Hanzo's not that strong, which we'll talk about why that is when we get to the enemy's team's composition. So that's your composition, right? We have our two main tanks. We have our two tanks. We have Sigma, Orisa. Sigma, you want to use his shield first to engage, push it out, and walk forward. This is where Lucio comes in because you can engage quickly, which is why Lucio's meta right now, right? Speed is so important in Overwatch. Speed is very important in Overwatch. It is very important in Overwatch. So we want speed. We don't have speed. That's okay. We don't need speed to win. Because you're the Mei, so Mei kind of helps slow it down. Although Mei wants to work really fast too, because she has to get up close. So that means you have to do quick engages and quick disengages with Mei, because she has to get up close in order for her freeze to be impactful. Otherwise, she's just shooting little icicles into at least one, in this case it's two barriers. So Mei becomes a little harder to play, not useless, but harder to play without a Lucio. So does Orisa Sigma. They become a little bit harder to play without a Lucio. Not impossible, but harder. And Hanzo's hard, which we'll talk about in a moment. Why Hanzo's hard, but Hanzo and Mercy have a very specific job to do in this meta or in this matchup and for your composition, specifically in mecha base. Hanzo, and we'll talk about that as well. I might try to go into mecha base. I can never get into the right map though when I'm on client, so we'll see. May race. Now to the enemy composition. Right, they're mirroring tanks, which is fine. So we already know the job of the Sigma Ursa, which it's a little bit different with the rest of the composition, which we'll talk about to an extent. But so now they have the Reaper Doom, right? So we kind of know what that's gonna look like if we watch any Overwatch League. We know Doom is gonna punch in first, uppercut, slam out. That's pretty much the goal of this. Reaper is going to TP to the back line and focus on your supports. Luckily, what's kind of good about your composition is you have Mercy. So ideally, Mercy and Hanzo should not be with your team. If you're coming through here, through high ground choke, right? I forget what this is actually called, but through high ground choke, you're coming here. Mercy Hanzo should be across bridge. Do you know why? So that way you have sight lines, because if you're bridge, you have sight lines to their backline, because fight's here, your bridge, their backline is going to be, well, up here, so you have sight lines to the backline, so you can actually kill people. So that's really is where Mercy Hanzo should be. Anyway, so we know that Doom, Reaper are going to basically go for the backline. Doom's going to go for a punch straight up, because Doom can just punch through barriers. Doom's going to go for a punch, uppercut, slam out, and be safe for this team. We know Reaper, after that, or during that, is going to go for a TP in the backline, and go for your supports, which we're going to assume both supports are going to be in the backline. Going to go for both supports. He'll TP, and then he'll Wraith out. What's good is that your composition kind of blocks this with the Mei. Mei is good at blocking both these two characters, but May's also weak against both because they both play at such fast tempos. Mei has to pay attention to at least one of them. This is what makes it a little tough to have the Mei like that. But Mei is to an extent good against these two, but her damage is so much less than them that it's kind of hard to say she directly counters, because Doom gets 35 shield per ability usage that hits targets, so if he hits right into you, you have a bunch of shield, Mei will freeze, she could headshot him, but then he might not die. And if he doesn't die, after freeze and wears off, he'll just uppercut slam out. So you don't always get the value out of the Mei that you feel you should or that you want. That just means Mei has to really be on her game. So Mei has to freeze. Basically, Mei has to freeze first, ice wall in front of him after, and then your team has to focus him. More or less, that's what has to happen to guarantee the kill. Otherwise, I mean, you can guarantee it without that. It just depends on how much shielding he actually has. So next, they have the Mora Lucio, right? So this is just basically to speed the tanks. The Lucio's job is anyway. This job is speed tanks. So basically, what they want to do is they want to engage quickly. So they want to be able to. I don't know if they've done it yet. I might rewind some of the video. I don't think they have. But what you want to do is you want to just speed and amp when you get to the door right there. So that you can just burst into them. And then Doom can punch in. You're speeding on. Moira has her damage and her heals, which I don't really like Moira that much. Period. But she's very meta right now for a very specific reason. What's good about your comp is that you can kind of counter that. Also, again, with the Mei, right? Because you have basically have 3 shields here. You have Sig, Orisa, Mei. Basically have 3 shields, so it's kind of nice, right? So you can kind of just wall them and split them off. Ideally, what you should do. Yeah, ideally that's kind of how you should look to play this. So okay, so let's recap. We went over all the team comps and what the goals are of the team comps. So let's Sorry, this is gonna really bug me. Okay, so let's go over this again. We want Hanzo, Mercy to be together, and they should be on bridge. Everyone else can come here. Go main. They should be bridge. Coast, bridge, coast, right? I call it bridge, and coast, depends. They should on top, right? So that way they can shoot the back line. What that does, when when Hanzo Mei are shooting the back line, guess what that does? That distracts Sigma. That's when Sigma's barrier becomes very important. You can Stormbow to break Sigma's barrier. You can just keep flanking around them. So it forces a Sigma to pay attention to you, and then it is a 5v5. And during that 5v5, your team has a slight advantage, a very slight advantage, in that you have the Mei. And it could become a 4v5 if Lucio or Mora decide to help their Sigma. It could. And then what's also good, so that's one scenario that could happen, that should happen, right? Is that basically Hanzo, Mercy, Hanzo are bridge, they distract Sigma, and then it's a 4v5. Which is like fine, because you have the main host and the Mora, and you have you still have 3 shields, so you're actually really fine, and you basically have a defense matrix. So really, numbers wise, you're down 1, but you're really not, because Mercy can just Guardian Angel back over to you and not. Mercy doesn't have to stay with the Hanzo the whole time. Mercy can Guardian Angel back over to the team and help out, and then go back to Hanzo, because Hanzo shouldn't really get pushed. Hanzo should just get basically shielded off and break shield and then just attack the backline. Basically is what should happen. That's not what happens, if I remember correctly. But we're going to look at what actually happens as I erase everything on the screen. So we're going to look to see what actually happens in this matchup. So we can see, so I'm going to go back because I want to hear if they actually used speed. I didn't hear amp yet. Okay, so they're going main, and you're gonna. I know you're gonna match them main, but your Hanzo should already be over here. See, because if your Hanzo was here, yes, I'm going to draw a lot. If your Hanzo was here, he would have direct sightlines onto them. Direct sightlines. If your Hanzo was playing right here, and then he could drop because there's a mini right there and a mini over there, right? So Hanzo has protection. He doesn't even need the Mercy. The Mercy helps with the damage boosting, but he really doesn't need it. Really, Hanzo's job is just to put pressure and to force Sigma shield on him, so that way it can't be with the team, so that way you have barrier advantage. Even though you already do, because you have 3 barriers, but you want more barrier. You always want more barrier advantage, and then your Hanzo can get big, because your Hanzo can just jump around the shield, right? And then your Hanzo can also apply point pressure to force them to drop to point. Your Hanzo can do a lot here, and then just climb back up, and then you can just collapse on them. So your Hanzo can do a lot here to help out. Unfortunately, that's not what happens, but your Hanzo can do a lot here if you want to run Hanzo on Mecha Base. Hanzo can be very useful. But let's look at what happens. So they get to choke first because of Lucio, right? They have Lucio. So they're going to get the choke first, and they're doing what I said, right? Which is initiating with the Sigma barrier. Sorry, that's my phone. Who's calling me? Number I don't know. I'll just ignore that. Okay, sorry. So they're initiating with Sigma barrier, which is like right what I said we should do. And they're speeding, which is what we know we needed to do. So they have an amp. Okay, so you're playing back. I don't know why you're playing back here, because you are directly playing right behind a wall, and you should assume they have a Doomfist. I don't know what the point of this is. You can, if you are listening, if you can hear it, Doomfist is charging, and he's going to slam. So you either need to Mei wall now, or throw a rock, or just die. And I think you just die. And I don't know what, so I don't really know. So I don't really know what advantage this gives you. You don't have sightlines here. Like, your sightlines are terrible here. I wish I could flip the orientation around, because you have no sightlines. There are no sightlines here. There's none. So I don't know why you roll out back when you should roll out above. And I want to like take this camera and move it around. Um, and so you see Sigma is in the back, and he's flanking or off angling basically, which is what Sigma needs to do. What he's doing is shooting his orbs behind you and above, showed him behind you. And that's what Sigma wants to do, so he can build his ult. And you'll see Sigma builds his ult quick-ish. Sorry. Got distracted by my phone. Got a call from a number I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So Doomfist is about to punch in. Arissa's gonna shoot her barrier out now if she hasn't already. And they're just gonna collapse on you guys because you rolled out in a pretty weird spot. Like I said, I don't know what the advantage of being in this spot is for you. You have no real sight lines. Yeah, I don't know what the advantage of being in that spot is for you. So, okay, so Sigma, okay, so your Sigma barrier is way up front. I don't know why. Yeah, I have no idea why your Sigma barrier is there. You don't need it. Drop it. Like, drop your Sigma barrier. It's too high now. It doesn't do anything. Like, your Sigma barrier is useless. Drop your Sigma barrier. It's way up here. They can just shoot under it because they have all the space. Drop your Sigma barrier and redeploy it. Like, in a new patch, you're not going to be able to do that, deploy it so quickly. So do it now while you can. Because look, now you're already low. Now you're low, your Moira is low, and your Mei is low. Eurissa, it looks like she used Fortify. She probably didn't need to. I can't tell. It's hard to tell from where it's at right now, but I can't tell if she used Fortify or not. It kind of looks like she's gold, but I'll try to look again. Yeah, but yeah, see now you're already low, so you're gonna use a lot of resources from your healers, which is unfortunate. But see, if your Hanzo was flanking bridge, clear sightlines to all of them, and you would be able to get picks right here. Clear sightlines if they were on bridge, because they're right here. Their backs are to you. That's what you need to really think about. That's what you need to really, really look at when you're creating compositions. Is what advantages do you get from the compositions, right? Like Hanzo Widow, you need sightlines. You need to be able to see what's going on. And if your Hanzo's here, which I think he is, I'm assuming he is. I don't know where I haven't seen him. I'm assuming he's here somewhere in this brawl. He has no sightlines. He does nothing for your team. He is a useless character at this point. If he's in here, if he want to be all on bridge, then stay back and off angle behind them. Like if you don't want to be bridge, then like off angle here close and spam arrows there. That's fine too. But if your Hanzo is like up here, then he's useless. He is effectively a useless person. So now you're gonna back up. Yeah. Oh no, you're not. Your Sigma Shield, see, you should be switching him that low. You don't want your they have good Sigma Shield management. You don't want your Sigma Shield to break. You never want it to break, because it takes forever to recharge. So they're gonna halt you, you're gonna Sigma Bear it. No, oh, they rocked. See, good, they wasted rock. We don't have any initiation on it, so it's, yeah. So your Hanzo is up there, because he got hit with the rock. You can tell he's losing, he's taking damage. Your Sigma's gonna die soon. See, Sigma died because of Doomfist line. Yeah, your Hanzo is effectively useless right there. Yeah, and now you're just dead. Yeah, you walled yourself off, you're dead, it doesn't matter. Alright, so ult checks. They have no ult right now. They're gonna get Coalescence by next fight, maybe. They're gonna get a Doom by next fight for sure. You have nothing. No, you're close to Coalescence, close-ish. You're losing to Soldier, and I don't know why. Soldier's a worse pick than Han. Sorry, Soldier's a worse pick than Hanzo. Soldier is bad against barriers. Soldier's ult is bad because they have double shield. And now you've lost positional advantage because they have almost complete, and they have map control. They have point control. So I don't know what the point of the Soldier is. What do you think he's gonna do? I don't know what you think Soldier. The only thing you can do is you have to off angle. You know, with Soldier, like the only thing you can do. That's literally all you can do with Soldier, and hope that you get something. I mean, Hanzo's better because he has more shield break than Soldier to an extent because of Stormbow. Like, so you're gonna come high ground because you always go high ground. So your soldier and mercy, a soldier works with mercy, right? Because you can damage boost. They need to come here and again go bridge. So you have, because if you're all high ground, their backs are again to you. Okay, but I'm not gonna hamper on that. I'm kind of done talking about the high ground or talking about the off angles. I think we get it. I'll talk about it again. I know I'll talk about it again, but I think we get it. I hope. But it's important to know that you don't have to like play together constantly. Like that you have characters that are flankers for a reason. They need to flank. Sigma needs to off angle. Sigma needs to flank. When we have the Orisa, if you have like a Widow, Soldier, Hanzo, Pharah, they need to flank. They need to. They're going to be in this meta. They have to flank. They are useless in this meta unless they play really aggressive off-angle flanks, and even then, it's pretty hard because Sigma's a barrier. So we'll see what happens. Sorry. Yeah, I just don't get the point switching. Even like Hanzo's ult is better than Soldier's too, because you can Halt Dragon. Like Soldier's ult is just useless in this meta. I don't really get. Again, I don't get the point. They're holding up close. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. They're holding up close, which is where they want to hold. All you can really do is just try to push through. You can go around them, but they have speed on you, so it's hard. It's gonna be hard for you to break this choke because even if you like, wait, I remember you try to do this later on. What you try to do, what you try to do is you try to like bait them back and forth, but it doesn't work because they have Lucio speed, so they just speed around. They get there faster no matter what. So like you're kind of stuck. Unfortunately, you need to Lucio. Like you're just slow. Like every character you have is just slow. Sigma's slow. Orisa's one of the slowest tanks in the game. Sigma's really slow tank. Mei needs to be up front, which means she needs speed to get there because she's slow. And they're just gonna kill her. She just walks up to them. So Soldier's fast, but he's useless. So it's just one of those things. Okay, so you need to be engaging with there you go. So I don't know why your Orisa's there. Your Orisa should be a little bit further back because your Sigma barrier should have been up there in front of her already. Okay, so yeah, your Orisa put her shield down a little too early. Your Sigma barrier should have extended further. Like you should have, so you should have Sigma barriered every time there, and then Orisa barrier can go there. Force them back, so then you have like this choke to like recover from because you have like a wall there. Well, that's not really visible, is it? Because you have a little wall there, and then you're not stuck, you're already past it. So, kind of some things you might want to do next time, for sure. Is think about like where your barriers are going and what value they bring to you. So you broke their barrier, but they broke yours. You halted, or in the Sigma barrier. I don't know. Oh, you forced out their halt, which is good. They're doing punched in. Oh, he just punched in there. So see, good. You split them off. Now, see, if you had Lucio, you would speed on, but you don't have Lucio, unfortunately. So they rocked your what's her face, Mei. Your soldier's dead. It's still a winnable fight, but it's just there's not much you can do. Like you're just kind of stuck standing at choke with this competition because you don't have any sort of speed or anything to move. Like you're just kind of stuck. It's an uphill battle because you don't have any way to actually engage on them. Oh, wrong button. Meteor strike, and they're gonna chase you. You're just gonna die here, which is fine. Like it's good. You got a meteor strike, which is good. You walled your team off, Mei. That's funny. And that's fine. Like they got you. You kind of expect to lose that fight when they have. Oh, they wasted rock, which is good. You know, wait for your staggers. See, Mercy's useless. You need to get off Mercy. Like, she's just useless. Baptiste would be slightly better because of immortality. Even then, he's not better because you need speed. Like, you don't need speed, but you need speed. You need, like, an initiation. You don't have that. Baptiste is good instead of Mercy because he has immortality, so you can throw immortality, you can initiate with that. So that's why Baptiste is slightly better, and his healing output is AoE, which is important, not just one at a time. That's one of Mercy's biggest weaknesses. In the composition you're running, and against their compositions, is she can only heal one at a time, and they have a lot of damage that can do AoE. So. So this is an interesting position that you're going for, and I remember watching this and thinking this is very, very interesting. I think it's not a bad one. Let's see what happens, right? Because you're kind of like, what you're doing is forcing the drop, which is smart. What I don't like, though, well, I think it's fine so far. So Sigma, you want to be here. So if you're going to do this, wait, no, reset. Oh no. Alright, sorry. Okay, sorry. So, where am I? Sigma? Sigma? You want to be here. Like, off-angling. Getting ready, right? Not yet. You can have your barrier there, and then move back here. So that way when they drop, you're already in position to off-angle, to actually do damage. Because your ult is only at 42%, their Sigma ult is at 63%, right? And that's because of the damage that has been able to be done. So, that's kind of what you want to be looking for is your off-angle. Right now you're just staying behind your Orisa, which is kind of useless. So the tough part about this is sorry, I'm pausing it to try to watch what happens, because your Orisa gets hit by Doom, and I know she dies. I just don't know where. I can't see it, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm getting a text. Sorry, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So you coal. I'm assuming you coal to try to save your Orisa, which is clearly too late to do. You activate coal. You should activate coal now. You waited way too late. There. Oh, your Orisa's right there, isn't that? Yeah, okay, so she got hit with a rock, and she just died. So that was just bad positioning by your Orisa. I mean, like, your Sigma's trying to save her, I'm guessing, with this grasp, because his health is fine, so I'm guessing he's trying to save her with grasp. It doesn't work, because he's not actually angling at her, because their Sigma is slightly off-angling. Slightly, right here, slightly off-angling. And his barrier isn't a bad spot, but that's fine. Your Mei's doing a job, right? She's freezing, she's off-angling. You're calling, you're gonna lose this fight. I remember. Well, you lose all the fights, so I know you're gonna lose it, because you lose every fight, unfortunately. So they call in response later, which is, like, fine. You're trying to res? You do res. Get the res off. Somehow they don't kill you when you res, even though you're right in the middle of them. They're, okay. You're shooting at, Lucio. Okay. You're shooting at Lucio. Let's res. Okay, so here's the problem, right? Mei is in a bad spot. Mei is alone right now. Mei, you are effectively useless. You need a wall in the middle, right here. You need to put a wall right there, like down the middle, so that way you can focus the Sigma. Or put a wall there, or yeah, put a wall there so that way it's only two and the Colossus can't get through. That's what you need to do, man. But you don't. Okay, your Orisa pushes forward, even though everyone's dead. You put a wall like that, I don't know what you're supposed to be blocking, so it's kind of useless because you have a Sigma right there, a Lucio right there, on your Orisa. Oh, and a Reaper somewhere. Yeah, so I just don't know what the point of that wall was. Yeah, you just lost the fight. Because your positioning was just funky. Like I like the angle you tried to go at, and that was fine. But I feel like you need to coordinate better, a lot better. And that's, I think, one of the biggest issues in general is just your coordination overall. It's what it looks like. So I'm gonna kind of skip. Okay, so you swapped again, even though you almost had Sigma ult. I don't know why you swapped there. That is strange why you swapped there. But you swapped to the Hog. So Orisa Hog is tough in this meta because of double shield. So you can hook, but then there could be a shield right in front, so then you're kind of stuck. Orisa Hog is good for shield break, because Hog does have a lot of shield break, so that's good. But Sigma can just stop his barrier, let it recharge, do it again. So it's kind of, you're not really going to get very far with the Hog. And it's also, and I get it, it's a CC for the Doom and the Reaper. Because Reaper, you ideally know Reaper as ult, you know Sigma should have ult. So, and you should Valk in, I guess, for next fight. Now this is where you try to juke him, but it's not ever going to work because they have Lucio. I don't know if Lucio speeds that much, though. Why Lucio's on heal, I don't know. It's really useless. Yeah, you're going to try to juke him. And they have a Doom who can just go anywhere on the map. And a Reaper can go anywhere on the map, too. So. Then they scout you saying, oh, they're not juking us, come back up, so they rotate back. Lucio is speeding. Now you're going back up. Your juke clearly didn't work. They're speeding. They're gonna meet you there again because they have Lucio speed, so they're able to meet you here. Like if they didn't have Lucio speed, they would be like at stairs, right? But because they have Lucio speed and they didn't full commit, right? Orisa was at stairs, so yeah, it's just. Oh, and you also lose out in the player, so you're like just weaker against them now. Yeah, this swap is just not a good swap, honestly. You should not have gone Hog. It was just, Hog is useless. Like, for what they're running and how they're playing, Hog is useless. That whole, I don't know what, you didn't stop it in time, I guess. Unfortunate, because you actually probably could have gotten a hook if you would have stopped it in time. Unfortunate. Soldier just running in the middle, which is strange. This is where you DC'd, I think. But this is the end of the map anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna skip all this, on the map, and DC'd. Unlockers, DCs happen. Yeah, just take the loss. That's like the best thing to do. Just fuck it, take the loss. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this. Actually, I'm gonna wait till we actually get some compositional. Okay. Alright, so what do we have? Okay, good. Alright, so we have Ryan Zarya. Good, not bad. My Zarya's a little tough on this meta, but not bad. You have Lucio, thank God. You have Lucio. Okay, now you can actually be effective at the game, because you have speed. So good. So Ryan Zarya wants to play really fast, really brawly. Moira is good because she has a lot of AoE healing, just like Lucio, and wants to brawl too. Like, not a brawl bunch, but brawl a little bit. She wants to sit in the back, but brawl a bit. Hanzo, though, is the tough one. So I'm guessing you're in Hanzo. I'm assuming you're in Hanzo because you're going to figure they're going to have, like, a Pharah, which they do. So Hanzo, again, just like a Widow and a Pharah, Hanzo cannot play with the team. Hanzo needs to off angle. So there are two, I can't see them, but there's like your initial high ground that you can go up to. Then there's a high ground in the back near the mega that you can go up to. Those are probably your best positions. Those are probably your best positions besides like this little high ground. But the problem with those, can we guess, is that we don't have the best LOS. So if we get LOS of like courtyard area, it's not called courtyard, but the courtyard area of downtown, but not of like point to downtown. So it kind of makes, so what Hanzo wants to do is but you don't, but if you were to cap point, Hanzo would want to play here or up top back there. Sorry, I'm gonna move my epic pen. Or up top back there. If you want to just play like straight up point, Hanzo would play like on this part of the high ground, taking all this, because then he still has angles there, he has angles there, and he has angles up top. So that's where Hanzo would play, or in the back on the high ground back there. Either way, Hanzo is effective there. But you don't ever get point, I don't believe, so you don't really get a setup, unfortunately, because I think their far out kind of destroys you for the most part, but we'll see what happens. Oh, sorry, and they're running, so this is good, right? You have speed advantage, which is so good. So it'd actually be better if you had a Mei instead of the Reaper. So if you had a Mei instead of Reaper, it'd be slightly better, or if you had a Reaper if you had a Reaper and Mei, that'd be the best. Case scenario would be Reaper and Mei, because then you could wall off speed, just like, because basically you're running goats. Like at this point, you're basically running goats. Like if you have, like, that, and then a Mei, if I could draw a Mei, you're basically running goats, which is good. I'm assuming, I know you practice goats, so I watched one of your goats matches. I was going to do a VOD review of it, but goats is dead, so there's no point in doing a VOD review of goats. So you're basically running goats at that point. And that's fine. On mecha base, it's fine. Because you have Zarya bubble, you have all the heals and everything, so. Anyway, let's see what, oh, and they roll out on the Doom Pharah Mercy, so this is a, double shield again, which puts Hanzo in a bad spot, right? Because Hanzo's kind of useless against double shield. Pharah, I guess that's why you have Hanzo to counter Pharmacy. So what you want to do basically is save your bubbles, save your Rhine bubbles for Pharah spam, Doom punches. What do they want to save your bubbles for? They have the Doom, of course they have the Doom, because the Doom did well last fight, or last match, so last map, so we have a Doom. And Doom is just meta right now, you can just blow right through everything. Then Moira, just for the heal, obviously, and we kind of already know what their roles are. In this composition specifically, though, Pharah is going to want to kind of play around pillar, or the other pillar in the back, when they get point presence, and then like to initiate, Pharah is going to want to just play up top on the high ground up there, and also around the other. Sorry, I guess I'm tired for some reason. Pharah's going to want to play that roof, high ground, a choke, or that looks out into downtown. And also, Pharah really should do is probably kind of off angle back here and kind of play this pillar still and just spam rockets down, depending on like what happens. That's not what happens, but that's probably what should happen. So we're gonna roll out soon. Okay, mess it up. Okay, so they get there first somehow, even though you have speed on them. I don't know what. I don't know how they get there first when you have the speed advantage, but they get there first. Somehow? Like, where are you? Where are you? You have speed. Where are you? I'm very confused. Ah, you're way back there. Again, you take this really weird pathing out of spawn, and I do not understand why you take this really weird pathing out of spawn. What advantage does this give you? I don't know. It really doesn't give you any. I don't know the point of coming in on around. I don't get it. No. I don't know what advantage this actually gives you. I don't know. You're in walls all the time, so you can just get punched by Doom. Your backline can get punched by Doomfist anytime. I'm pretty sure your Hanzo's with your team, which he should be up here, back there, up there. I mean, okay, he'd be rotating up there with your team. That's fine. He doesn't, though, but I don't think he does, but he should be up here scouting and seeing what's going on. So and you give them point advantage. Why do you give them point advantage? I don't get this rollout at all. I don't get it. I don't. I just do not understand it. But let's see what happens. So Yamura wastes orb. Sorry, she wastes orb already. Cooldown management is important. Cooldowns are incredibly important in this game, especially Moira's right now. You just wasted your orb. No one was critical. No one was far away from you. You were all together. Why did you use orb there? What was the purpose of that orb? You did not need it. Now you don't have it because the fight's going to begin. What you should have done is saved orb or shot damage orb at them so you can get some ult charge. Because right now you don't have it. Because cooldowns are important. What was like, and now your Reaper's critical. I don't even know what your Reaper's doing. Well, I know what your Reaper's doing, but see, why is your Hanzo on the low ground? Hanzo, what are you doing? Hanzo, you need to be up high. You need sights and angles. You don't have any of that there. You have some sights. You don't really have good angles, though. You're not in the spot you need to be. You need to be up top. You, that's an eraser. There's a pen. You need to be up there, or up there. Or don't play Hanzo. Oh, or way back at your spawn, right? Because there's this little high ground up there. There's that opposite roof. There's this ledge, and then there's that high ground there. Like, you need to be in one of those 4 spots. Otherwise, don't play Hanzo, because you are effectively useless again in this position. Unfortunately, like, you're just useless here. You don't do anything or bring any value to the team. You have no sightlines. You can see that, and then I guess Dafara, because she's somewhere up here. Somewhere, or she's actually back there where she should be, right? Farah's like, Farah's like somewhere way over here. I can see you like shooting that way, I think. Or maybe she's like, she's not there, but she's like either like here or up there. Otherwise, you don't do anything, Hanzo. You are useless here. You might as well be not exist. You might as well not exist because you're not in this position you need to be in. You are useless. So off angles, high ground, it is very, very important to know and understand these concepts and to know the point of them. It makes your team space. Even if you don't hit any shots, the point is that they know you're there and they're afraid of you. That's the point. And Hanzo has some really good escape because he has his leap and he has Stormbow. So he has some good, and he can climb up, right? So if you're here and you need to escape, you can just jump, leap, and climb up there. Then boom, you're in the high ground. Or you can just rotate back down here and get the mega. Or it's a mini. It's a mega. Sorry, mega. No, it's a mini. Mini way back here. So I don't know why you're not doing that. You're just being useless. Yeah, see, Farah's up there where she should be. And if you were up there, you'd have a much better time shooting Farah. Yes, you get splash damage, you would get injured quicker, but you need to be able to hit her then. Like, you just need to be able to hit her. And look, your Moira orb is somewhere way up here, useless to you because she doesn't have it because it's on cooldown. I don't know what your bubble usage is doing. I don't have good sights for that. Oh, you just use self bubble. For some reason, there's no damage being done or taken. You're not injured at all. You have basically full health. You're healing, which is good. Someone's critical. Who's critical? Reinhardt's critical. He's gonna die here. You were just spraying at the ground? I don't know why. You bubbled Ryan. You should have... I don't know if you called it out. If you didn't, you needed to. If you did, cool. This is why a May would be good, important to have here, because you can just wall off and then it collapse on target. So, this is the thing about Farah. You can ignore her to an extent. And this is where she becomes a problem. When you can... Sorry, phone going off. When you can like no longer ignore her. So you're in a good... So I don't know, well, your Hanzo's dead. I don't know where he was. Oh, he was behind. Lucio. Yeah, Hanzo's somewhere. Yeah, your Hanzo just got killed by Doom. Your Doom just punched in. Why do you have no charge? Like, you should really have higher energy by now. Y'all been taking a bunch of damage. I can see your Mara ulti, your Lucio ulti-ish. You should have much more charge, Zarya. You need better bubble management. Now you're alone. Why'd you leave your Zarya alone? Team? Are you not... Your communication needs to be much better, because your Zarya should not be alone. Someone's critical. It must be Reaper. Yeah, Reaper's over here alone also. I don't know why Reaper's there alone. Reaper, if anything, you should have been on the high ground just shooting down at them. Oh, you're going after Doom now. So your Doom killed the Orisa. Good. I'm just stuck seeing Moira, who's fading in for no reason. Moira got killed. I didn't see. Okay, so you see Doom there, so you're... I don't think I could see that. No, I couldn't see that. I don't know. I don't know. That's Reaper right there, but I can't see like what's happening to know how he died exactly. I know he died by a rock, but I can't see. Probably just unlucky. Yeah, you didn't need a bubble there. You have fine on health. You don't need to waste your bubble because you're gonna die here because you don't have bubble. You get hit with a fire rocket, and you're about to get hit with some Sigma orbs as well. And if you had bubble here, you would have been able to live. You could have backed out the corner, and Mara could have healed you. Mara's just in a bad spot. She should be here. Mara, you should be... Oh, wrong color. Sorry. Mara, you should be here because you're about to get punched by Doom. So you should actually be playing back here. Reinhardt is here. Yeah, see. Yep, you got punched and you're dead. That's why you should have been here. Doomfist couldn't have punched you. And if you once again Zarya hit bubble, you could have maybe lived. No, you need to speed out. Don't even heal. Just speed. Like, see, Lucio, you just wasted someone. It's fine. It's done. It's over. It's over. It's over. Hey. So, ult check. You should figure they have fire ult or they're close to it. You should figure they're close to Sigma ult. You should figure they're close to Moira ult. I don't know why you're peeking Hanzo. Oh, you're not. Sorry, Farah's just on you. Farah's playing smart. This is exactly where Farah wants to play. Around this building, she can just do some spam and splash. Farah's not... Farah's smart, because you should know that she's close to ult. And you should know that's what she's doing, is building ult. This is actually good for you. What's going to happen next, because it's a quick fight, and they just use an ult, and it's quick and easy. It's actually really good for you. So this would happen. What's about to happen here is actually really good. I remember this. I'm thinking this is actually good for you. So you bubbled early? A little early. That's okay. You blocked rock. Did you block rock? You blocked rock with your bubble, which is good. You need to use self bubble there. You probably need to use coal. You see. This is a lot of this is like ult tracking. Like, you used coal first, right? You throw in a healing orb, then you coal. No, they coal first. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have coaled there. You should have left it because you should know that Farah has ult and Farah's going to use it. So you wasted coal there. You should have just taken the death, and that's it. Now you just need to die. Just die. Like, Hanzo, you just need to die. 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 There you go. Yeah. So you waste. So you didn't. You should probably like. If you were tracking Farah's ult and knew that she almost had it, you shouldn't have used Cole, because you know Cole's not going to save you from the Farah ult. You should have let them Cole and use Farah ult, and you could have had Cole for next fight to go into next fight, and you would have been close to beat. So it's like not that bad. Like if you weren't tracking and you don't know, then like yeah, Cole against Cole, like that's fine. But you probably should have saved. We should have saved. You should have been tracking, and you should have saved it. I'm assuming that you're tracking and you're communicating since you're playing as a team. I'm just assuming you're playing as a team. Fast forward a bit. Okay, so did you switch it? No, you haven't switched it. Okay. So I don't know what. So you come out of this doorway. That's fine. Ryan, you hold your shield too long. You shouldn't have gotten that low. Shield dropped in. It's taking the splash because you have healers right behind you who can heal you. You would be fine. For a moment, you have, you know, some armor that will protect you to an extent, and you have Zarya bubble that you can get. So like, you would have been fine if you didn't. Now you have to wait for your shield to regen a bit. So it's kind of wasted. You're gonna. I hope your Lucian needs to be speeding right now. He needs to not be healing. I don't know what he's healing. Everyone's pretty much full HP. He needs to speed. Still not speeding. Still not speeding. Well, now he does want to heal, but he's this is when he wastes beat. That's right. This is when you waste beat. So I wish I could have a better angle of this. Let's see. So their Doom is behind. No, sorry, it's a Reaper. So their Doom. See, I can never. I've watched this clip. I watched this part of the. Okay, so their Doom is behind you. He hit. What's her face? Zarya. Oh, he's right there with Zarya. See, this is where you need to pay attention to what's going on. Like, you should beat now. Like, you take a second to beat. You need to beat immediately or not beat at all. Like, what are you healing? I know what you're healing. You hope, yeah. You beat after your Zarya's dead. As your Hanzo dies, you beat. Because your Hanzo is, again, in a bad position. Like, he's not, like, Hanzo should be flanking around and be up here on this little ledge, like, already. He should have been there. So I don't know what Hanzo's point is of even existing at this point, because he's not doing his job. Like, even if you don't kill the Pharah, you still put pressure on her and force her to play much more safe when you position yourself properly. But because you're not, you're just giving Pharah free space. You're literally giving her the entire map, and that's just not advantageous to you. Yeah, it's good. You charge out, just get out, because you've lost already. You've lost. Okay, let's see if I can get an Overwatch. Or, I can get into it, I'm here at Overwatch. If I can get into the right map. Maps... None... Busan... Let's see if I can get into the right map. Hey, I'm in downtown. Perfect. Let's go Hanzo. Okay. So what you want to do, right, as Hanzo, your team is going to be coming out here, right? Pharah is going to be in the sky, in the sky, right? You want to be coming this way, over here, right? To this, and be ready to shoot her. Because then you can kind of back out, you can come here, you can shoot, you can do a better jump than I just did, but you can like rotate up here, rotate up here, and be here, and have sight lines over here, right? And then you get pressured, you go, oh, nope, I'm out. Then you come in here, and you can rotate down back here and get the mega. right? Or get this many. Then you can just come right back up, come up, and boom, 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 boom. Then you have sightlines over here. And if you get pressured, you can just come up here, and then you can chill here and shoot their spawn. Right? Boom. Does that make sense? I hope so. This is where you want to be as Hanzo. You want to be flanking and going up. I'm going to go Widow and show you again. Actually, I'm going to go Pharah and show you what their Pharah was doing. Pharah. Okay. So you're Pharah. So their Pharah was up here at first, right? She wasn't standing here, but she was up here. Spamming rockets. Rocket. Oh no, my game crashed. My game crashed. Okay, so right, so their Pharah is playing much better than me. I'm not a Pharah person, but their Pharah is basically playing around this building. Right? While you're coming at you. But then she rotates back here and plays on this. She plays here, right? She plays right here. She actually stands on this building for a while and plays right here. I'll let you guys. Then she has free sightlines, right? See, if you were there, she had to play way back here. If you were just standing up there, she would not be able to just have these free sightlines like she does. She would have to play here, right? Play on this high ground. Safer. Less LOS. Or she would have to play back here, right? Right here. Right? In the air, obviously, right? Less LOS. But because you're not taking positions you need to take, you just give her free reign. And that's why she destroyed you. That's it. That's why. No other reason. But you're just not being in the right position. Sorry. That was very annoying. Just chill. Alright. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna fast forward this. Okay, so this is where you completely yeet a shatter for no reason. Oh, and this is where you finally decide to take the high ground. And you fire truck the truck for whatever reason, which is fine. Okay, so this is really frustrating. Like, there's a shield here. You walk up here. You see Orisa Sigma are backing up. There's a shield here. As you jump down, you're gonna hit shatter. But what was the goal of the shatter? It's fine. Like, it's fine. You just wasted shatter. That's okay. Who needs a powerful ultimate like shatter? Fuck it. You wasted shatter. Okay. So, sorry. Looking at my phone, making sure no one texted me. Important. No, no one has. Okay. Sorry. So you wasted shatter. You could have used that. If you would have, like, held it and walked forward a bit more, you could have shattered the whole team because they had no Orisa barrier. But you shattered from up high, which was very obvious and telegraphed, which is why they blocked it, because it was very obvious that's what you were going to do. But okay. No, you have a sim now. Okay. I don't know what... Yeah, sim was not a pick you really need. They wasted their Graviton Flux, which is good for you, but your Reinhardt's already dead, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So, you're all split up. Like, this is just a bad fight. You're just all split up. Lucio's over there. Someone else is... Like, Lucio's here. Someone else is down here. Moira's running away. Oh, Lucio's dead now. Like, because he was over here alone. I don't know where everyone else was. Someone's on point. Probably Sim. No, yeah, but yeah. Sim and... what's her face? Zarya. For whatever reason, just on point. And you just waste ult, but it's fine because you lost anyway, so it doesn't matter. So there you go. That was map 1. That was map 1. I'm gonna go to map 2, but I'm not sure if I should. I think map 1 was probably enough stuff. Please contact me. I'm actually gonna not do map 2. I'm not sure actually. I think I'll do. I am honestly like kind of tired. I have a headache. A lot of views are very tiring, but I kind of want to show you some things on map 2. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna watch it, because I think you just roll out all the same compositions. I'm just gonna show you some things on King's Row, because there were a few things I did want to show you. It really doesn't matter. What was I gonna do? Play classic, yeah, sure, whatever. King's Row is such a common map, so I get why you choose it. I'm not a big fan of King's Row, but swap to red, and we're just gonna do nobody. So we're gonna I'm gonna go to King's Row. I know you play Hanzo, point A, so I'm gonna show you where you should be point at. Sorry, my sound is so loud. I don't honestly play much Overwatch on my computer. This is so loud. I'm just gonna. That's fine where it's at. Actually, it doesn't matter. Anyway, sorry. So okay. So Hanzo, right? So what you should do is start out up here. Climb. Right? You should be scouting to see what they have, right? What I always recommend doing. Why did that? No, I want to. Like Sonic that, right? So you can kind of see where they're at, what's going on. Actually, what I really like to do is Sonic there, personally, or right there, because then you'll get, like, I'll show you. If you Sonic right there, you see everything, because you're not going to hold right at choke, right? You don't know a little further back, so if you Sonic up right there, you'll be able to see everything. Anyway, so you can sit out there, right? Try to spam. Then you can leap right there. Then you have some angles, right? You can. I don't have crouch bound yet. I don't think I do. No, I don't have crouch bound yet. So you have angles here. Then you have a point of retreat. The tracer was right there, but see, if you position yourself over here first, you could take out the tracer much easier. So then what you should do, right, as your team comes statue, you actually should go back and rotate here, because you're probably low on health, so you can get this mini. Then you can come and be right here. Then you have their backs are to you. Then what you should do is rotate here. Boom, boom. Get Sonic so you can see what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. You can rotate all the way back here. So that way their backs are still again to you. And then what you should do is while your team is taking point, you can be up here. You can Sonic, see when they're coming out, and then boom, boom, put pressure on them. And then if someone comes to press you, you can just drop back to your team. Actually, you shouldn't drop back to your team. You can just drop back to your team and be chillin'. Right? But instead, what you do, for some reason, again, is you just stay with your team. That's not where Hanzo wants to be, right? Hanzo does not want to be with his team. Hanzo wants to be up on high ground, up on ledges, up doing his own thing, getting angles, because he's a sniper, and that's what snipers want to do, is get angles, get flanks. Now, when you play Reinhardt, right, so shield here, you should really shield hop. You don't want to take the high ground here. right? So when you're here, sorry, I was trying to shield hop for a second. All right, so you're here, walking through choke, do 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 do, big hammer, shield. What you want to do is you want to go through hotel. You want to go through hotel, so that when you come back around hotel, you want to end up here, right? Why? You want to end up right here. Wrong one. You want to end up right here, so they are facing you, right? That means your Hanzo is right there, and their backs are to him, or he's there and their backs are to him. That is exactly where you want to be. You want to give your Hanzo or Widow or Sniper or whoever as much sight lines as possible. You want to make as much space. They're going to make space for you to be able to rotate and move around, but you need to make space for them so they can actually do something and be effective and hit their targets. So what that means is if you're going to have that Hanzo, you need to do a few things. You need to either go through hotel, right? That's hotel, and end up over there, or your Hanzo's rotating. You need to come to the statue. You can even play here while your Hanzo rotates up around behind them. That's not my optimal move. You have the mini there. You can come inside here for cover with a mega. It's fine to do, but you also don't have sightlines for the rest of your team. So I'm not a big fan of doing this and holding like a car or anything. What I would prefer is if you can come in here and rotate through here and come out at phone booth. And then your Hanzo has sightlines because your Hanzo could be there. Your Hanzo could be there on top of what's it called? Opera, right there on top of Opera, or there on top of where that mini is. So those are fine, because then again, their team's backs to you and whatnot. So that's fine. But what you did, there's a reason why you lost it, right? There's a reason why. The reason is because you just didn't position yourself in the most advantageous spots. You didn't open up and make space for your team, and you didn't use your characters to the best of their abilities. Unfortunately, it happens. Like, I mean, it's a learning process. So unfortunately, that's what happened. I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. From the email, just reply to the email and say, hey, SCG or Steven or Coach Gill, whatever, can you help us out? Like, send me more VODs. I will do VOD reviews as often as I can. I try, and if you really want me to, I will totally do VOD reviews. As often as I can, I will do a VOD review. So don't hesitate to contact me, email, shoot me a message, shoot me an email. I'll give you my Discord. You can send Discord. We can get on a Discord call and we can do a live VOD review. That is okay. Just let me know. I want to help. I want to make your team successful because I want to try and coach Overwatch. I want to get into it. Sorry, I'm not going to watch the full VOD, but I feel like I've done enough to kind of get you a good starting point to kind of know where to go from this. I think this is long enough. I think we kind of know what you might need to work on for the future, and I hope that this serves you well. And I'll see ya.